focused a lot and didn't realize my breathing was so loud. So I'm sitting there breathing hard, because as you can see, I'm riding around in beautiful, sunny California, and what's not so beautiful sometimes is traffic and people's erratic behavior. Switching lanes quickly, not paying attention, all those things. So I have to compensate for that and pay attention for them on what's going on. So in doing so, I really wasn't paying attention to how hard I was breathing inside my helmet. So it just sounds dumb. So I did a voiceover. So on my next video, also the windsock thing that goes over the road, I bought one for it thinking it would help. All that gets in my mouth under my helmet, so it's like the worst, and it's all scratching my face. So if you just use the regular Rode microphone, I think that'll be plenty. And then, like Will Kid Hill says, just put it behind the cheek pad or whatnot. So it should be fine. I kind of overdid it. Whatever, I'm learning. Second video. So anyway, some thoughts I had while I was riding around, because I'm still learning. I've been riding for 6 weeks now. This is my 6th week, and I got my MSF course completed in 2023, so about 2.5 years ago, and I didn't start riding till 6 weeks ago. So I got a 2026 Honda CBR 600 RR, as you can tell from the control panel there, the instrument panel. So it was my dream bike, that or 1,000. Obviously, if you watch enough YouTube videos before you go out and make your purchase of your bike, everybody will tell you not to start on the 600, 750, 1,000, or they will tell you it's okay to start on whatever. Your MSF course is going to be probably a 250. I think we had Suzuki's 250s, whatnot. So that's really, if you can ride a bike and have a good MSF instructor and kind of pay attention to what you're doing and really try hard, you can pass your MSF course without ever riding a bike. I'd never rode a bike before. Now, I've rode a bicycle, obviously, but I've never ridden a motorcycle before. So they kind of walk you through the baby steps. Take your time, eat some trail mix or something like that, power bar. Make sure you drink Gatorade if it's hot, stuff like that. Stay focused, and you'll do fine on that. But anyway, so life hit after 2023, because I'm an old head. I'm in my 40s, whatnot. So I really didn't have an opportunity to get the bike. There's some transitional period in there. So finally got it, got my dream bike, got all my gear, all that. So now I'm where I'm at now in the journey, which is practice, and learn. If I wanted to start on the 600, I have to respect the 600. I have to understand what I tell it to do is what it's going to do. So if you're not thinking and you pull the throttle down hard and you're leaning a certain way and you turn the handlebars, you're going to hit the ground, and then you're going to want to give up or whatever. So it's minimum. You're going to be hurt. Your bike's going to be crashed. Whatever. So starting on the 600, I felt like was okay. I'm older. I kind of lived through a few things. I know if I do something silly on it, there's going to be a silly consequence that I really wouldn't want. I also understand that it's going to be different from the 250. I don't think that's talked about enough on YouTube. Is when you get a 600, 750, or 1,000, it's going to be very different than the MSF bike. Mainly the throttle. Like, I'm still grinding gears. You know that old saying, can't find them, grind them? Because of the throttle control, you barely have to touch that throttle to get it moving on a super bike. I can't even imagine 1,000, I don't know. But anyway, and then also I'm in the break-in period, the time frame on my bike, because I bought a new one. So it's going to be, a few more miles before I can really get on it anyway. So I'm grinding gears going through the city. And my shifting's atrocious, so I'm still learning. But what I did was my first week, 6 weeks ago, every day for about half an hour, I would practice in the parking lot after work because I worked during the day. So when I got off of work, I'd jump on my bike, practice in the parking lot. I don't even think that first week I got on the street, you know. And I had taken the MSF course. I passed it. I've driven stick shift cars. I used to have a stick shift truck, straight shift. I I know how to shift, but with a bike it's different. Each foot is doing something, each hand is doing something, and you're trying to collaborate and all that inside your head. And so I'm a deep thinker. I overthink things. So it's I got extra practice to do. So I did that for about a week in the parking lot. Worked on just various things, understanding second, third, shifting down. It's going to be weird, when you first jump on it, and it's not. It may not be fun. The bike's hot, it's loud. Your gear's hot. You're thinking about things while you're trying to ride, you know. So it's a little different. You got to clear your head, right? So the other thing, and I'll try to wrap this video up, was why I did not get 1,000 is precisely that. Could I handle 1,000? Yes, absolutely. I'd have been great on it, no problem. But just I think mentally I overthink things right now, and to learn on probably just wasn't the best idea for me because I couldn't imagine things coming at me quicker than probably what they do on a 600 anyway. So there's that. But yeah, just remember, if you get a super bike after your MSF course, it's going to be completely different than your 250 little Suzuki you practiced on in your MSF or completed your MSF course. Now don't get me wrong, that 250 will get up and scoot, and that's why I could not believe the 600. I was like, what the heck, this thing's fast. So anyway, so then after my first week every day for like 5 days straight, practicing in the parking lot for about 30 minutes a day, I ventured out on the street and started practicing there, and I went on side roads, a few cars behind me, no heavy traffic yet. Then I would stop, go through a parking lot, like, around a Target or whatever, a Lowe's, something like that. I would ride at Walmart, just ride around the parking lot, then I'd pull up in the parking space and park. Put down my kickstand, jump off, get off, stand there, stretch for a second, get back on and try again. And I did this for a while. I did this for like that for a couple more weeks, and now I'm getting pretty good at red lights. I don't stall as often. I can really go a little bit. I'm learning to shift down as I approach a red light. I'm starting to understand when you're on a motorcycle, things are a little different than in your car. In a car, you're snug in a seat.